Recording. Okay, this is UX Career and Life Update number 10. Things have not been going well personally or professionally in this first quarter of 2025. As I mentioned in the last video, on December 31st, my UX contract came to an abrupt end. I haven't had any consistent work since then. In January, I lost my only remaining grandfather, which is always hard. One of my grandmothers is in hospice care right now. She's been in hospice for almost a year now, and she's not doing well either. My health is also been called into question. I'm not dying or anything. I've just had a lot more frequent follow-ups with my doctor. My insurance isn't awesome, so some of the solutions we're getting creative with because you just have to work around this thing. Ironically, if I didn't have health insurance, different solutions would be available to me, but that's not a gamble I'm ready to take right now. I've had 2 interviews for local general labor jobs and 0 offers. At the start of one of these interviews, I was told that the role had already been filled. I can't tell you how frustrating that is. So if you're a hiring manager, please don't ever tell someone that. I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe you want to have backups. Maybe there's just some automated system and you just are told you have to show up because you've got a candidate ready for an interview. I don't know. Very frustrating though. To add insult to injury, a 40-foot section of fence fell down in my backyard a couple weeks ago, and I'm trying to keep things cool between me and the neighbor, so I'm trying to take care of it as quickly as possible. It's just been a frustrating thing. I'm learning a lot about chains, digging concrete footings out of the ground. I've broken some things. Thankfully, none of those are things that are attached to me, but I'm definitely realizing how old I'm getting as I'm working on this fence repair. So, what am I up to other than fence repair? I do have a freelance gig for a local nonprofit. It's a WordPress redesign. I'm going to be using the Semplice plugin theme, not plugin, to give it an upgrade, visual upgrade, add some new features. They want it done for the beginning of May. I told them I would try to have it done by the middle of April so that we have plenty of time for revisions. I would actually like to have 90% of it done this week. We'll see how that goes. Next, I am splitting my time between looking for work and studying for the Series 65 exam. My job search is prioritizing local jobs, whatever they may be, because I need an income sooner rather than later. I might have a fire sale on eBay to extend my runway, but the thing about UX jobs is the search process, the interview process can take so long. It's a very competitive field right now. I'm hearing more and more designers who are just getting out of the field because they're tired of putting up with the stress, the miscommunications, etc. So I haven't given up on UX completely, but I can't count on having a UX job in 48 weeks, and I really need to have a job sooner. So let's talk about the Series 65 exam. Taking this exam, or rather passing the exam, gives me more opportunities for employment. It would mean another career pivot, which is a little scary. But my long term thought is that if I can gain some experience in finance, then I can easier find a fintech UX role in the future, which is kind of what interests me. I also have some ideas about building my own platform using my UX skills revolving around personal finance. The Series 65 is not required for that, but there are a lot of things you kind of learn on the job that I think would help. And I will talk about that in greater detail in a future video. On the back burner, I have been discussing a joint side hustle with a couple friends of mine. I designed a physical product a couple years ago that combines my love of stationary products with my hobby of collecting and playing vinyl records. I don't want to go into too much detail. I've actually sold a few of these through people on Reddit who just saw it and said, "Hey, where can I get one of those?" And I've sold enough of them that way that it makes me think, hey, if we actually tried to sell this to people, we might move some units. I decided to involve my friends because they're familiar with the product. They are smarter about some aspects of it than I am. And I feel like just having other people involved it helps keep you on task. This is a, like I said, back burner project. I won't make any big moves with this until after I pass that Series 65 exam. Probably looking at a crowdfunding solution to get this off the ground, whether that's Kickstarter or Indiegogo or something else. Like I said, not going into too many details. It's a back burner project of waiting until I pass that exam, but I am kind of excited about it, so I'm throwing it out there. If you are someone who is into stationery and collecting records, then you should definitely stay in touch. The last thing I want to talk about is this YouTube channel. I have been debating taking it more seriously. Up until now, like I don't really care about the number of views. I'm not trying to monetize the channel. I like to make things, and sometimes those are physical things, and sometimes those are digital things. And sometimes this is kind of a two birds with one stone kind of thing because I get to make a video. The video serves a purpose of sharing things with people I'm close to, whether that's friends and family or a kind of wider audience, some of the people who follow me on LinkedIn or whatever. And my thought has always been, if I can make a thing that helps someone out, then that's cool. But it's never been about like growing a following. That just feels weird to me. I understand and recognize the value of marketing and advertising, but the idea of being one of these people who says, if you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe just makes me feel gross. And the other challenge I think would be narrowing this down to a niche because if you have explored my channel in the past, it's got kind of a weird variety of things going on. And that's because it's just when I feel like making a video, I make a video and I share it with people who I think will be interested in it. So if you have ideas on how I might narrow that down or join these things by a comment thread, I'd be very interested to hear that. I'm interested in your suggestions. What would make you want more of me in your life? There are other irons in the fire right now, things I'm thinking about, but I'm trying to focus on the priorities. So when I have ideas, I just write them down so I can revisit them. Priority right now, this week, is to get this website done, then continue looking for work and continue studying for this test. And I'll have another update sometime after April, I suppose. With that, I think I'm done. This has been a nice, short, and sweet video. And part of that is maybe because I'm going to go into more detail in future videos more frequently. We'll see. Anyways, thanks as always for tuning in, and we'll do this again sometime.